My fiancé laughed. He's temporary. Once I find better, he'll be gone in a day. I replied, good to know. I stayed calm. But the next afternoon, her sister texted me. Don't block me. I need to tell you what happened after she said that. I'm 29, and up until last week, I thought I had my life figured out. My name's Alex, and I'd been with my fiancée Natalie for 3 years. We got engaged 8 months ago, bought a condo together, adopted a dog. The whole package. She worked in real estate, made good money, and I thought we were building something real. I was wrong. It started last Tuesday. I came home early from a client meeting that got canceled. I work in consulting, so my schedule can be unpredictable. I walked into our place around 2 p.m. and heard voices coming from the living room. Natalie was on FaceTime with someone, laughing that high-pitched laugh she uses when she's had wine. I was about to announce myself when I heard her say, "Oh my God, I know, right? He's so boring sometimes." I froze in the hallway. Our dog, Max, came running up to me, and I quickly grabbed him before he could alert Natalie. I stood there, just out of sight, and listened. Like, he's stable and he's nice, but where's the excitement? Where's the passion? Natalie continued. Honestly, he's temporary. Once I find better, he'll be gone in a day. I'm just writing this out until something more interesting comes along. The person on the other end said something I couldn't hear, and Natalie laughed again. I'm serious. The ring is pretty though, and the condo is in both our names, so at least I'll get something out of it when we split. My chest felt tight. I stood there for maybe 30 seconds, processing what I'd just heard. Then I walked into the living room like nothing happened. Hey babe, I said casually. She jumped, nearly dropping her phone. Oh my God, you scared me. You're home early. Meeting got canceled. Who were you talking to? Just Ashley. Girl talk, you know. She smiled that smile I used to think was genuine. Cool. I'm gonna go change. I went to the bedroom and sat on the edge of the bed. My hands were shaking. 3 years. 3 years of my life with someone who thought I was temporary. I pulled out my phone and texted the only person I knew I could trust, Natalie's younger sister, Emma. Emma and I had always gotten along. She was 25, worked as a teacher, and was the complete opposite of Natalie. Where Natalie was calculating and image-obsessed, Emma was genuine and kind. We'd had plenty of conversations over family dinners where Emma would roll her eyes at Natalie's behavior. Hey, can you call me when you get a chance? It's important. She responded within minutes. At school right now. Can I call you at 4? Perfect. At 4:15, my phone rang. I was sitting in my car in a parking lot, having told Natalie I needed to run errands. What's going on? Emma asked immediately. I told her everything. Word for word, what I'd overheard. There was a long silence on the other end. Alex, I'm so sorry, she said finally. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but what? Natalie's always been like this. Even in high school. She had this ranking system for guys. She'd date someone while actively looking for an upgrade. I thought maybe she'd changed with you, that she actually loved you, but good to know, I said, echoing what I'd thought to myself earlier. I'm not going to confront her yet. I need to figure some things out first. Do you need anything? A place to stay? Not yet, but I might. That night, I acted completely normal. Made dinner, watched TV with Natalie, went to bed. She had no idea I knew anything. I lay awake for hours, staring at the ceiling, making plans. Update 1. The next day, Wednesday, I called a lawyer. I explained the situation. We owned the condo together. We weren't married yet, and I wanted to know my options. He told me that since we were both on the mortgage and deed, it was complicated, but not impossible to navigate. He advised me to start documenting everything and to avoid any joint financial decisions until we sorted this out. I also called my bank and opened a separate checking account. Started transferring my portion of bill money there instead of our joint account. Small moves. Quiet moves. Wednesday evening, I got home before Natalie. I was in the kitchen when my phone buzzed. It was Emma. Don't block me. I need to tell you what happened after she said that. My stomach dropped. I called her immediately. What are you talking about? I asked. I confronted Natalie last night, Emma said. Her voice was tight, angry. After you told me what she said, I couldn't sleep. So I went over to your place this morning before work. Natalie was there alone, getting ready. I asked her point blank if she loved you. And she laughed, Alex. She laughed and said, Emma, don't be naive. Love is a nice story we tell ourselves. I'm with Alex because he's stable, he'll be a good father someday, and he doesn't ask too many questions. But if someone better comes along, someone richer, more exciting, more impressive, I'm not going to feel guilty about upgrading. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. She said that to you? Word for word. And then she said, don't tell him. He's happy living in his little fantasy world. Why ruin it? Jesus Christ. There's more, Emma continued. She mentioned that she's been having lunch with some investor guy she met through work. His name is David. She said nothing's happened yet, but she's keeping her options open. Her words. I sat down at the kitchen table. Max came over and put his head on my lap, sensing something was wrong. I'm sorry I'm the one telling you this, Emma said softly. But you deserve to know who you're engaged to. Thank you, I said. Seriously, thank you. What are you going to do? I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. When Natalie got home that night, she was in a great mood. She talked about a big sale she'd closed, about how we should go on vacation soon, about wedding venue options. I smiled and nodded and said all the right things. Inside, I felt nothing. Update 2. Thursday morning, I did something I'm not proud of, but I don't regret it. I went through Natalie's laptop while she was in the shower. Her email was already open. I found messages between her and David, the investor guy Emma had mentioned. They were careful, nothing explicitly inappropriate, but the tone was clear. Flirty. Interested. Planning lunches, coffee meetings, a dinner next week. One email from David read, can't wait to see you again. Your fiancé is a lucky guy, for now winking face. Natalie's response, haha, we'll see how long that lasts. Still testing the waters. I took screenshots of everything and emailed them to myself from an old account she didn't know about. Then I closed the laptop and went to work like nothing happened. That afternoon, I went back to the lawyer with the screenshots. He said they might not matter legally since we weren't married, but they'd be useful if things got messy with the condo, or if she tried to claim I was the one who broke off the engagement. Friday, I started moving my important stuff out of the condo. Slowly. A box of documents here, some clothes there. I took them to my buddy Jason's place. He didn't ask questions, just helped me stack boxes in his garage. You doing okay, man? He asked. I will be, I said. Saturday morning, Natalie announced she was going out to brunch with the girls. I said that was fine. I'd probably just hang out with Max and watch basketball. She kissed me on the cheek and left. 10 minutes later, Emma texted me. She's not at brunch. I'm at the restaurant where she told Mom she'd be. She's not here. I already knew where she was. I'd seen the email. She was meeting David. I texted Emma back. I know. It's fine. Let it play out. Sunday, I decided it was time. I'd spent the week gathering evidence, securing my finances, and making sure I had a place to land. Now I just needed to execute. I woke up early and made breakfast. Pancakes, bacon, coffee. Natalie came down in her pajamas, surprised. What's all this? She asked. Just wanted to do something nice, I said. We should talk. Her face changed slightly. Cautious. About what? About us. About the future. She sat down, poured herself coffee. Okay. I pulled out my phone and set it on the table. On the screen was a screenshot of her FaceTime conversation from Tuesday, the one where she'd called me temporary. I'd managed to get a recording of it from our security camera footage. I heard what you said, I said calmly. About me being temporary. About leaving once you find something better. Her face went white. Then read, you were spying on me? I came home early. You were loud. And then your sister told me about your conversation on Wednesday. And then I found your emails with David. She stood up. You went through my email? That's a violation of what, Natalie? Privacy? Trust? Because I'm pretty sure you violated those first when you called your fiancé a placeholder. She opened her mouth, closed it, tried again. I didn't mean it like that. How did you mean it? I was venting. I was having a bad day. You told your sister that if someone richer and more exciting came along, you wouldn't feel guilty about leaving me. You told her I'm living in a fantasy world and she shouldn't tell me the truth. Those aren't bad day words. Those are real thoughts. She sat back down, and I could see her brain working, trying to figure out how to spin this. Alex, you're taking this out of context. I'm taking screenshots out of context. I slid my phone across the table. Explain the context of this email where you told David that you're still testing the waters with me. She stared at the phone. For the first time since I'd known her, Natalie had nothing to say. I'm moving out, I said. Most of my stuff is already gone. I'll be out completely by Monday. My lawyer will be in touch about the condo. Your lawyer? Her voice went high. Are you serious right now? Completely. The engagement is off. We're done. You can't just leave. We own this place together. And we'll figure that out through lawyers. I'm not doing this with you anymore. She started crying. Big, dramatic tears. The kind she used to get out of arguments. Alex, please. We can work on this. I'll change. I love you. No, you don't, I said. I stood up, grabbed my jacket. You love stability. You love the idea of me. But you don't love me. And honestly, I don't think I love you anymore either. I walked out. Max followed me. She didn't even try to stop me from taking the dog. Update 3. The next few days were chaos. Natalie blew up my phone with texts ranging from apologetic to furious to desperate. I didn't respond to any of them. My lawyer handled all communication. Emma called me Monday evening. Natalie showed up at Mom and Dad's house crying. She told them you broke up with her out of nowhere, that you were being cruel and unreasonable. Of course she did. I told them the truth, Emma said. I showed them the screenshots you sent me. Mom was horrified. Dad wanted to call you and apologize on Natalie's behalf. That's not necessary. I know, but I think you should know. Natalie's losing it. She's been posting vague things on social media about betrayal and heartbreak, playing the victim. Let her, I said. Anyone who knows me knows the truth. And anyone who doesn't, their opinion doesn't matter. Tuesday, David texted me. I don't know how he got my number, but I assume Natalie gave it to him. Hey man, I just want you to know nothing happened between Natalie and me. We were just friends. I responded, cool. She's all yours now. Good luck. He didn't reply. Wednesday, Natalie's best friend Ashley, the one she'd been on FaceTime with, reached out via Instagram DM. I'm sorry about what happened. For what it's worth, I told Natalie she was being stupid. You were a good guy. She didn't deserve you. Thanks, I wrote back. I appreciate that. She's telling people you cheated on her, by the way. Just so you know. Of course she was. I didn't dignify it with a response. I just kept living my life. Moved into a small apartment across town. Jason helped me get furniture. Emma brought me a housewarming plant and a bottle of whiskey. Max adjusted quickly to the new space. Final update. It's been 6 weeks since I walked out. Here's where everyone ended up. Natalie is still in the condo, but she can't afford it alone. She's trying to get me to buy out her half, but my lawyer's pushing back because her name is on the deed and she refused to leave. It's messy, but I'm letting the professionals handle it. Last I heard through Emma, she's back on dating apps already. David, apparently, lost interest once I was out of the picture. Guess she wasn't as appealing without the thrill of an almost affair. Emma and I have gotten closer through all this. She's become one of my best friends. We get dinner once a week, and she always brings Max treats. She told me her parents are embarrassed by Natalie's behavior and have been much kinder to me than to their own daughter lately. As for me, I'm okay. Better than okay, honestly. I wake up in my small apartment without the weight of pretending everything is fine. I don't have to wonder if the person I'm with actually loves me. I don't have to perform for someone who sees me as temporary. Some of my friends asked why I didn't fight harder to save the relationship. Why I didn't try couples therapy or give her a second chance. The answer is simple. You can't fix someone who doesn't think they're broken. Natalie didn't see anything wrong with how she treated me. She saw it as pragmatic, strategic, and I'm not interested in being anyone's backup plan. Max is thriving, by the way. He's got a new favorite park and has made several dog friends. Sometimes I think he's happier than I am. Would I have done anything differently? Maybe confronted her sooner. Maybe been less calm about it. But honestly, the way I handled it felt right for me. I didn't yell, didn't make a scene, didn't try to hurt her the way she hurt me. I just left. And that, I think, was the best revenge of all. Edit. A lot of people have been asking about the condo situation. Still ongoing. My lawyer is confident we'll reach a settlement where either she buys me out or we sell and split the proceeds. Either way, I'm fine with it. Edit 2. Yes, Emma and I are just friends. I know where some of you are going with this. She's great, but she's also my ex-fiancée's sister, and I'm not interested in that level of drama. We're both happy keeping things platonic.